Hey guys, and welcome back to House of Raus, and today I'll be talking about some of my favorite creepy kid horror films. First up, I have to give a shout out to a handful of honorable mentions, so that'll be Goodnight Mommy, Sinister, Children of the Corn, and Village of the Damned. Check them out. First up, we're going to talk about 2009's Orphan, about a couple who just recently lost their baby in childbirth, and they decide to adopt a 9-year-old little girl named Esther. However, the more they look into her past, the more they realize that trouble seems to find her wherever she goes. I remember seeing this movie in theaters when it first came out, and I remember thinking it was so much fun. The performances all around are great. Peter Sarsgaard and Vera Farmiga play the parents, and newcomer Isabella Fuhrman plays Esther, and she is exceptional at delivering that deadpan, blank stare. She's really creepy in this movie. And as the tagline so eloquently puts it, I think there's something wrong with Esther. Next up on my list is 1961's The Innocents, directed by Jack Clayton. The Innocents is about a young woman who's hired as a governess to a wealthy lord to look after his young niece and nephew at an old manor. And the more time that she spends there, she begins to think that there are ghosts in the house possessing the children and forcing them to do horrible things to her. This movie is great because it's one of those movies that relies a lot on the suspense and the paranoia of the viewer. It's so well done. The kids are great in this movie, and it's one of those less is more type of horror films, and it's great. Next up, we're going to talk about 1976's The Omen, directed by Superman director Richard Donner. This movie's about an American ambassador and his young son Damien, who are surrounded by a series of mysterious deaths of nannies who were hired to look after him. I think this movie fits in tandem with something like The Exorcist, where the information you are given happens very gradually throughout the movie. You're given pieces of information, sometimes out of sequence. It's very well done. And throughout the movie, you're wondering, is this kid the son of the Antichrist? And last up, we're going to talk about 1956's The Bad Seed, directed by Mervyn LeRoy. This movie's about a picture-perfect family set against the backdrop of middle America that have an 8-year-old little girl named Rhoda, who is not the most compassionate little girl in the world. And this becomes apparent to the mother, played by Nancy Kelly, when one of Rhoda's schoolmates goes missing. The thing that's really great about this movie is that it's not a overtly obvious horror film. It is so gradual, and it starts with little things like Rhoda not being able to have an extra cookie after dinner and throwing a tantrum. She behaves in a way that you can picture a little kid acting. And then as the movie progresses, with the continual denial of the mother mixed with the ambitiousness of Rhoda, it leads to a very compelling third act, and it is so well done. Well, that's it for today, you guys. Check back in tomorrow, where I'll be talking about some of my favorite creepy doll horror films.